Okay, welcome to the demo of EdVisto.com, the video storytelling platform for learning. Okay, let's start by logging in to our profile. This is where everything starts. And as a teacher, we have our teaching designed into projects, and it works like this. When we create a new project, we give it a title and a description. And then we get this project page, which is like a virtual classroom for our class. And we can give it a cover image to identify it easily online. And with the mobile phone, the smartphone, we will have a similar view from our browser that we use. So when we get started, we create groups for our students, and this is to facilitate all the learning in this project or for this class. We can divide these groups into 3 or 4 or 5 people per group, and each group gets their own group page, which is where the action happens on a student level. So we have a page here for the students where we have a specific space for the stories to be created, and here we can give them a title when we start working. I'm just showing the technicalities of the things first, then we can go into the pedagogical aspects. But technically this is how you create the story page, and in groups you can then start planning and editing your story with content. So this means that you can create or find your pictures of choice, your images of choice, your videos of choice. The idea is to start recording and be creative when you create the content, as well as with text. You can use this space, the resources page, for references, and this is a good project planning space also for the teacher to be able to follow the entire process. And then when we go into edit mode, also from the phone specifically, we can start adding this content by making new content or adding the content from our media library. So all content that we upload in the form of pictures, videos and sounds are stored in our library that we can access online anywhere we are. And we can also record directly from inside the editor. We call this a story editor. This is where we edit the story, create the story, and this we do in collaboration with our group members. From the phone view, you just saw how I live took some images and videos that I am now dragging and dropping to the first scene. And this is representing a scene, this bubble, this circle, and similarly in the smartphone view. And we can name these scenes when we plan and create our story, like our video project, so that we can keep everything organized along this storyline. So the first scene, we can also start editing. We can add several images and clips and sounds into this first scene and edit them by just dragging and dropping, and also adding text as we wish. So if we have another element, which is the text element here upon the video layer, we can edit the different layers as we want to do the editing properly. So this is a very standard, traditional and simple editor for the students to quickly edit their work, and the same from their smartphones. If they do something from the smartphone, one group member edits something from a smartphone, it is also updated automatically in real time in the laptop version. Everything happens online, and this is an online collaborative environment where the key word is the collaboration. So this is real time multi-user collaboration where the students have to agree on what they're doing to be able to collaborate productively. So here we can see how we upload an image, for example, from the phone. We can select a few images to upload, and when I upload them from the phone, they're also automatically uploaded here on the computer view, so I have access to the same library whatever device I'm using, so the laptop or the mobile phone. So here I can add them, continue adding from the laptop. So let's create a new scene where we can add some images and use some images that we just also created from the smartphone. So now I have 3 scenes, and in this scene I can see what elements I have in it, and I can readjust the elements as I wish. Change the order of the images, for example, and so on. And these images are the screenshots from my smartphone while I was doing this video, while I was creating the content for this video. So if we look at the status of this video right now, this is how it looks. We can look at it in a full screen mode and see the creation until now. And also from the smartphone, similarly, we have the first story in this group done. And if we just look at where we are, so in this group page we have this story created, and here we also have an important chat function, which is the communication function among group members and also between the teacher and the group. So all communication can happen on a group level between the teacher and the group, and then also on a project level to the entire class, and also on an individual level. So here we have messages, for example, and this first group message was stored here, and here we can go from the messages to the direct conversation. And here we have, similarly in a project view, the messaging function for the entire project, the entire class, and we can follow all conversations in the messages section, and from here we can go to the specific conversation and the specific project and the specific group where this conversation is happening. Similarly, from the mobile phone, very effectively we can use many different conversations at the same time and guide ourselves very easily from here. Something key to have in mind is that this messaging function also allows students to always stay inside the project, inside the schoolwork during their communication, instead of going to other social media platforms for communication, which is easily distracting them to other conversations outside of the schoolwork. But here we stay inside this environment all the time. So we have other elements here. We have my stories and also my media that we can go through, and everything is stored here. So all stories and also all media. Here we have clips, video clips and images and sounds stored in my media library. And here we have the overview of my projects. And this is basically the most critical elements to be able to work here. Something that facilitates the initiation with a group or a class is to have this pin code highlighted, the first class of a project, or this code can also be sent to others, as well as we can invite people manually to this project via email, for example. So welcome to contact us if you have any more questions. Thank you for your time.